Lyman's Pro Dies definitely changed the game when it comes to reloading dies, especially for progressive presses, but also for non-progressives. In this video, I'm going to provide a quick recap of our recent extreme brass processing project where we used these dies. I'm also going to talk about the different die sets, calibers, talk about the features and benefits for each of the dies, and do a quick reloading demo. Buckle up. Hey guys, Gavin here from UltimateReloader.com. That's right, we just finished processing a 55-gallon drum of 223 cases. It was mixed 223 and 556. This was an absolutely insane project, and Lyman Pro Dies were a big part of what happened there. But let's step back a step and talk about Pro Dies. So Lyman acquired Mark 7. Mark 7 is all about commercial and semi-commercial loading, right? This is about extreme scenarios, kind of like our brass processing project and boutique ammunition manufacturing and so on and so forth. So when they put their heads together, Lyman and Mark 7, there was a great opportunity to look at what would be the ultimate die set for progressive presses, to take existing features and functionality from Lyman dies and other dies on the market and just kind of tweak the formula to come up with the ultimate in this progressive die package. So the Pro Dies come as a 4-die set, and it includes the sizer deprimer, the neck expander die, the seater, and the crimper, specifically designed for progressive presses. One unique thing about these dies is that they're stainless steel construction. Typical dies are steel, pretty much all of the other ones that I know about that are on the market. And there's nothing really wrong with steel, but stainless is tougher and more wear resistant and not subject to corrosion, which is a problem with some other dies from other manufacturers. So die sets that are currently available for rifle, by the way, you're going to want to check out our pistol Pro Die video that we did a number of years back. This is essentially an extension of that. So for rifle, 4570, 223 Remington, 30-06, 300 Blackout, 308 Winchester, 338 Lapua, 6.5 Creedmoor, 7.62x54 Russian, and 7.62x39. And sets start at $319.95. So let's walk through the dies one by one, starting with the sizer deprimer. So the first distinguishing feature here is not only that they're stainless, but also that they have carbide sizing features. So for the 223 set that we used, it's the full profile. And what's awesome about this is it's highly polished so that you have a low coefficient of friction. With bottleneck rifle cartridges, you definitely need to use lube. You're going to want to check out the video that we did for the bulk processing with 223, 556, because we go basically into great depth and detail about what works good in a production or semi-production work environment, but would also work tremendously well if you're doing small batches of ammunition. There's a generous radiused opening that's going to help guide the case mouth up into the case and prevent scraping. We've got a super slick carbide button expander. Again, this is going to be a great smoothness enhancer when you're drawing that carbide button back through the neck on the way down, right? There's also a spring-loaded decapping mechanism, which is great because it prevents primer drawback, and then also it makes a nice audible sound confirming that the decapping has happened. Okay, so a lot of you are familiar with Lyman's M die, which is a neck expanding die that has really two functions. It's going to open up the neck to a specific diameter, and then it's going to slightly flare the case mouth. And I'm really looking forward to trying that die with automated bullet feed setups, because one of the problems that we typically have with rifle ammunition when you're loading is if the bullet isn't actually shoved into the case neck, the mouth, sometimes that bullet can tumble off because the rifle bullets are so tall and so top heavy. So I like the idea of this combination. It's got enhanced indexing with place bullet, right? What I just mentioned, which is the ability to grab the bullet a little bit better with that two-step design. Less bullet scraping because of the expansion. And this one, unlike the traditional M die, is stainless. The regular M die is regular carbon steel. Okay, bullet seating. Micrometer, seating die, stainless steel construction, right? What a great combination. We have a lot of micrometer bullet seaters. It's our preferred type of bullet seater because it's so easy to make micro adjustments or bulk adjustments on your bullet seating depth. It's really easy, even if you don't have a dummy cartridge, to get an initial setting to get that bullet seating depth dialed in, whether it be cartridge overall length or base to O-drive. Just depends on how you're actually measuring length. It's also got a floating bullet seating punch that enhances alignment for minimal runout. Finally, we have the Lyman Pro Micrometer Taper Crimp Die. And the really unique feature here is the micrometer adjustment. Makes it really easy to get familiar with what 10 thou additional taper crimp is going to do in terms of the profile and the grip on the bullet, and to be able to repeat and fine-tune that setting. Carbide crimp inserts are also available, which greatly extends the life of the tool. Okay, so let's do a hands-on demo, and for this demo we're going to use one of our absolute favorite loads. We built the 223 trainer here on the channel, which is an absolute tack driver, and when it's paired with Berger's 77 grain OTM bullet, whether it be with factory ammunition from Berger or with our hand loads, it is probably the most reliably laser-like load that we have. It is absolutely amazing. And we've done a bunch of testing and a bunch of videos that use this load on the channel as well. So again, with the 223 trainer, you know, we're shooting down in the ones sometimes. This top target that you see there, 0.179 inches. Guy Miner shot that during a informal Friday competition after work, and I shot a very similar group. I think it was like 6 thousandths bigger, so he won, and he thought that was pretty funny to outshoot the builder of the rifle, right? But it's just such a pleasant rifle to shoot, and it's so easy to shoot accurately. Just absolutely love it. Okay, and then we recreated the load with once fired Lapua cases, which we've got here, 24.6 grains of Vihtavuori N140, right? Double check your load data before you use any of this. Assume it's wrong here, little disclaimer. Berger's 77 grain OTM bullet, which again, our 223 trainer likes the best. Federal 205 small rifle primer at 2.260 inches cartridge overall length. Okay, so that's a little bit of background info about the load that we're gonna load here. Let's next talk about the annealing process. Okay, so this is the AMP Mark II DB. It's just like the AMP Mark II that you've seen on the channel. We recently got the updated version. This is great because it's got an LCD touchscreen. You can store your settings in the machine. It's just very, very easy to use. Let me show you how easy. So I'm gonna touch on Aztec here. And if we analyze, we can very quickly sacrifice one case. It's gonna bring the case mouth area to the melting point, calculate what the optimal annealing setting would be, and then store it, right? And it makes it really easy with an on-screen keyboard to actually name your different settings and stuff like that, right? So we've got the appropriate shell holder here for 223. Kyle on our team already got this set up. I'm gonna hit run, and then from the database, and this Lapua 223, which this is funny, the code turned out to be 140, which is the annealing setting. Well, we're also using N140, so that makes that pretty obvious and easy to pick there. Okay, so we put it down in, hit start. You can see the little animation, which is pretty cool there. And then you're gonna just kind of go through and continue. And it can actually run automatic. You can see there's the option right there too, right? So we've got a couple there. Go ahead and do third one just for fun. And this is gonna ensure that we have consistent shoulder bump. Their spring back is near zero when you do a good job annealing, like with a machine like this and that sort of thing. And then it's also going to extend the longevity of the cases. We're going to get more firings from them. And it can also help with optimal neck tension. Okay, so cases are prepped, good to go there. Okay, so here's the Dillon RL550C. It's kind of one of our favorite progressive presses to use for precision rifle ammunition when you're not in a big hurry, right? If we were gonna go to town, we would probably use something like the Apex 10, but this is a great example to show you on a non-Mark 7, non-Lyman press, these progressive dies setup. Okay, so this is a 4-station press. Station number 1 is going to be sizing and depriming, right? And we're just going to run that die down until it contacts the shell holder and then make micro adjustments so that we get the proper shoulder bump. On a precision bolt gun, we don't shoot this ammunition through ARs. We're going to knock that shoulder back 2 to 3 thousandths of an inch. If it was an AR, it might be something more like 4 or 5 thousandths, right? It's all a matter of optimizing for precision and then also optimizing for function, right? And in an auto loader, you have to account for that bolt coming forward and going into battery smoothly without preventing that, hence the increased shoulder bump. Okay, so that's station number 1. Station number 2 is our powder charge. Station number 3 is going to be our bullet seat, and station number 4 is going to be our crimp. Crimp is totally optional for this. And in fact, if we didn't want to crimp, we could just back this off, say 20 thousandths or something like that, and it would just be kind of sitting up there. And then if we wanted to crimp, you know, we could just dial it back down. If you are loading rifle ammunition with cannulared bullets, those little grooves that go all the way around that provide a place for the case mouth to go, this would be a great option. If you're loading for autoloaders like ARs, again, I'll do a little bit of a crimp just to aid with feeding just that little bit. Okay, so that's a little bit about the press. Next, we're gonna run it up and load a few rounds. I don't have a whole lot to do here because we're almost out of bullets. Okay, so we have the press run up, and I have 5 additional cases here that I've applied imperial case sizing wax to the outside of the case bodies, and then I ran a Q-tip inside the case necks just to make sure that that expander ball is gonna run nice and smooth. So we're gonna insert the case at station number 1. Each time we've got a bullet that goes in station number 3, all the way up, all the way down. That's going to prime on the forward stroke. Okay, and then index, another case in, another bullet in station number 3, and the process repeats. This press is good because it's simple, and sometimes that's the best way to go. It helps with your budget a little bit, and it just keeps your setup and sometimes even your maintenance a little bit more in check. And again, we've got micro adjustments on our bullet seating and on our crimp, right? I just applied a little bit of a crimp here for this particular load, kind of as a demo. One more case in. I like to keep my hand on the back of the press for most progressives because it just helps you apply that force that you're going to need for priming without feeling like you're tweaking things unnecessarily. Okay, so we just have enough bullets here. Nice. And we'll last crimp and done. Nice. So there we go. Our Dillon RL550C is up and running. These dies are really nice. They come in this cut foam case. There's even a slot for the instructions there. There's an Allen key that's included for setup and adjustments. These die sets are really premium. And if you're looking for something a little bit different for your progressive press or for your non-progressive, I think you should give them a try. Here's what I'd like to know from you is what do you think of the Pro Dies set, some of the features, the construction, and do you have these? If you do, what cartridge are you reloading for and how are they working out for you? Drop a comment and we'll start that discussion. Don't forget to check out our bulk 223 loading video. We actually have a whole series for that content. It was really fun and it was really cool to take things absolutely to the next level with a large scale project. We also have a Pro Dies video for pistol. Don't forget there's a bunch of different pistol calibers that these are available for as well. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you want to learn lucrative gunsmithing like what I show here on the channel, including building custom rifles and Cerakote plus a whole bunch more, you're going to want to check out the Colorado School of Trades, schooloftrades.edu. Thanks again for watching.